Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Sakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaye Priyatmane Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Iti Namine. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. वाञ्छाकल्पातरूप्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते. तप्तकाञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे बृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Actually, entire world came to know about this Ratha Yatra because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada, Swami Maharaj. So today, I would like to really go through another Ratha Yatra, which is return journey, which just happened. Actually, on the Hera Panchami, just like 2 days back, I think that is July 4th. July 4th was the time that it actually started the Bahuda Yatra. Bahuda means return journey. You really take go there and then return back. So we knew that, we learned that Radha Yatra starts after the Snana Yatra, the bathing ceremony of Lord Jagannath. Also at that time there was Chandan Yatra from the day of Akshaya Tritiya actually, that used to go for 21 days. The Snana Yatra happens in the temple complex where holy waters from so many holy rivers are brought. At the end of the Snana Yatra, Lord Jagannath, he just declares that I want to go to see my devotees because what is bathing mean? Bathing means you are actually pouring the love. Pouring love actually doesn't really come from Dwaraka queens. No, because actually, Jagannath Puri temple is represent Dwaraka. Dwaraka is not intense bhakti, intense love. That is only in Vrindavan. So Vrindavan is Gundicha temple represents Vrindavan. So he wants to really go back and then he feel the loving affection of the real Brajavasis. So he tells Lakshmi Devi, oh Lakshmi Devi, because he is just telling a way so that he can escape from her. And saying, I want a break and I am going out for it because I got cold. So I need a break. So anyway, so he asked Lakshmi Devi for a vacation and he wanted to go alone, but what happened? Then Baladev also jumped in his own chariot and then Subhadra also said, oh, then I am going to be alone, and he also jumped, and then that is how the whole thing happened. Anyway, so the Lakshmi Devi feels sorry that, and then so he gives the permission. But the real reason is that Jagannath wants to see his dear devotees in Vrindavan. So Lord Jagannath jumps into his chariot and starts to go to Vrindavan. Seeing these Lord Balaram, Subhadra Devi also jump in, as I mentioned. In the beginning of the Ratha Yatra car festival, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to offer every year a special prayer to Lord Jagannath Dev. But his worship is not as in the form of Lord Jagannath or Vasudeva Krishna. So this is Vasudeva Krishna, Vrindavan Krishna, in Vrindavan mood, Krishna in Vrindavan mood. But in the form of Brajanandana Krishna, that is how he is actually, giving this particular prayer, he says. Jayati Janani Vaso Devaki Janma Vado Yeduvara parishaswai Dorbirasana dharmam Sirachara brinja grigna Susmita Sri Mukena Brajapura Vanitanam Vardayan Kamadevam. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam actually. So Sri Krishna is the ultimate resort of all living beings, also known as Devaki Nandana in Dwaraka Leela and Yashoda Nandana in Brajalila. So he is the guide of the Yadu dynasty, and with his mighty arms he kills everything inauspicious. His blissful smiling face always increases the desires of the gopis of Vrindavana. May he be all glorious and happy. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is praying in the mood of Srimati Radharani, meeting Krishna in Kurukshetra. The gopis are bringing that Krishna to Vrindavana. And by their mood, they now decorate him with flowers, not like gold and jewels and no. Vrindavan is all this Aishwarya Bhava is subsided. It is there, but it's powered by Madhurya Bhava. So they forcefully give him the flute because Krishna, when he went to Dwaraka, he did not take any flute. No Pikaj Pathar. So if we see any painting of Dwaraka Krishna using this flute and then Pikaj Pathar, that means they made a blunder. Because in Dwaraka Krishna uses only Chang Chakra Palakatma. So he is Vasudev Krishna there. Sriman Narayan. So here when they really met Krishna in Kurukshetra, the gopis went and then whispered in his ears of Krishna, don't say that your father and mother are Vasudeva and Devaki. Don't say that you are from the Yadu Vamsa and that you are a Yadava. Say only that you are a Gopa. Krishna replied, yes, I will follow your instructions. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus prays in this way, Jayati Jana Nivaso Devaki Janma Vado. So Jayati Jana Nivaso, you are always in the hearts of all. How? As Paramatma. But Paramatma we don't worship. As Paramatma, however, Krishna cannot live in the hearts of the Brajavasis. Pure devotee's heart, Paramatma has no place there. Paramatma is only for some paramparas, Paramatma. No. It gets none. He is a blind judge. If he make adharma, he will put you in hell. If he did good thing, he will put it in heaven. That is a blind judge. He is the judgment authority. And then under him works the Yamaraja. That's all it is. Every time the jivas really leave this world, going there, judgment is happening. It's not like all of a sudden somebody is going to come from appear in the sky cloud and then take all the dead bodies, all the broken this thing and ashes and everything, and then remake the body and then then do the judgment. It's all nonsense. We don't support that. So all the Brajavasis are Krishna's Nijajana. He is the life of Nanda Baba, Yashoda and all his friends. He is a Gopi's Jivana, life air. He also is specifically Radhika Jivana. The life and soul of Radharani is this Nandanandan Krishna, Syama Sundara Krishna. Radharani and Gopis came to Kurukshetra for the solar eclipse, but not in their original form. Radharani has 3 forms. Original, no separation from Krishna. Then Samyogini Radha. This form is the one who really came to Kurukshetra. The real Radharani and real Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. It's only his forms leave Vrindavan. It is said that Vrindavanam parityajya padam ekam na kachati. Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Only his forms may go out, not Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. So Radharani has original form, that is the real Vrindavan, no separation. And the second is Samyogini Radha, who came to Kurukshetra to meet Krishna here. Then Viyogini Radha, she was the one who goes to Nandagaon to cook for Krishna. There is a lot of deep subjects. Deep subjects. And those who are not really following the Bhajana Ragasya has no way of understanding all these things. So what is Devaki Janmaya Vado? Only Madravasis and worldly persons say that Krishna took birth in the womb of Mother Devaki. No. Actually, he is the son of Mother Yashoda. Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, as I mentioned. By Vrindavanam Parityajya Padam Yekam Na Kachati. Never leaves Vrindavan. Then Yaduvara Parishad Swair Dorbir. The Yaduvamsis are the Nija Jana of Dwarakeshwara Krishna. Yaduvamsis. It seems that Vasudeva Krishna is being described here. And Arjuna, Bhima, and all others like them are like his arms. Vasudeva Krishna fought in the Mahabharata battle and here and there. But Brajananda Krishna never killed anyone in any demons. And anyone who really comes, it's all only play. It's not like killing the demons kind of things that Dwaraka Krishna did. Mahavishnu and all the incarnations are within his body. Everything is there in his body. And it was that they who bought with and killed the demons, who Vishnu forms, which also came along with when Krishna descended. So then, Brinya Gna Sthirag Chara. In Vrindavana, simply by his smiling face and flute, he used to take away all kinds of problems and suffering. What was the suffering of those people in Vrindavana? It was only their separation mood. So they had no other problems at all. That is only this thing, and that is also part of the Leela. Because they are all surrendered completely. So when somebody is actually surrendering completely, then naturally there is no problem. There is only always Anand, always bliss. So if anyone thinks I have surrendered myself to Krishna, but the problems are coming, either that karmas are getting rid of, or they have not fully surrendered it actually. It's just by their saying, that's all it is. Then, here in this verse, the pastimes of Gokula, Vrindavana, Radhakunda, Shyamakunda, Rasalila, everything is included in that particular line. Then Sthirachara Brinya Grana Susmita Sri Mukena Brajapura Vanitana Bhartyam Kamadevam. In this connection, Kama means prema. What kind of prema? Sneha. Then it develops, become mana. Then it becomes pranaya. Then it becomes raga. Then it becomes anuraga. Then it becomes bhava, high intensity bhava, and then mahabhava. Mahabhava only Radharani has it. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was offering pranams, taking the whole Srimad Bhagavatam in that sloka, as well as the pastimes of Krishna and praying. Now I am going to tell you a story which I didn't have time to tell in the last class when we were actually going through this Ratha Yatra history and all those things back there. So those days at the beginning of the car festival, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, the king of that area was named Pratapa Rutra Raja. Raja means king. Pratapa Rutra Raja, the king of Orissa. So the king used to come and then sweep the floor in front of Ratha Yatra. So before Lord Jagannath Ratha Yatra happens, the king used to come with a broomstick and clean the road front. He really takes some scented water and then sprays there so that there's no dust actually coming out. So he swept with the coconut stick broom with his own hands. watering the ground with fragrant substances so that the dust on the road will not rise up. This is the job of a sweeper. But the king used to do it. The tradition of kings of Orissa sweeping the road at the commencement of the Ratha Yatra festival is an old one. Many years before, the king who were before Maharaj Pratapa Rudra was called Purushottama Jana. He also used to sweep the road every year because it's a tradition coming from very, very long ago. Now there is a story that I will really tell here. Purushottama Jana had made an arrangement with the king of Kataka Nagara that he would marry the king's daughter. So Purushottama Jana, he arranged with king of Kataka Nagara. There is another country, country in the sense that is a state kind of, that he would marry the king's daughter. The two kings had been communicating with each other through messengers. Of course, there's no WhatsApp, there is no email there those days. And by that means, the king of Kataka Nagara informed Purushottama Jana that soon he would come to meet him in person. But he did not specify a date, however. And later, unnoticed, he went to see with his own eyes how beautiful, wealthy, and healthy and qualified Purushottama Jana was. At that time, it was the first day of the car festival, this chariot festival, Ratha Yatra. And disguised as a sweeper, King Purushottama Jana was brooming the road for Lord Jagannath. Oh, King Kataka Nagara saw this. He became very upset, very, very upset. And he felt some disgust toward him. He thought, this king is supposed to be so wealthy and qualified, but he is brooming the road. This is disgusting. I cannot give my daughter to this sweeper. Thus, he returned home without meeting King Purushottama Jana. A few days after the festival was over, King Purushottama Jana remembered the agreement and wondered what happened. There is no message coming anymore. He thought the king of Kataka Nagara wanted to give his daughter in marriage to me, but there has been no news at all. Then later he discovered through his spies that the king actually now feeling hatred for him because he saw Purushottama Jana becoming a what? Like a sweeper. He was brooming with the brooming stick. And he was no longer going to give his daughter to him in marriage. Purushottama Jana felt very angry that the Kataka Nagara king was upset when he was serving Lord Jagannath. Because of this, King Purushottama Jana declared war on the king of Kataka Nagara and wanted to invade his kingdom. Kataka king was a staunch worshipper of Lord Ganesh. So many Hindus think Lord Ganesh is the same as Lord Krishna. This is the stupidest thing that you can think of. They are so ignorant. Because you have ghosts, asuras, devas, Ishwaras, Maheshwaras, Parameshwaras. Ishwara, Paramakrishna. Krishna is Parameshwara. Ghosts, asuras and devas. This is Lord Ganesh is just a deva. He's a deva. And happened to be also elected because every once in a day of Brahma, they also elect somebody to be the chief of the demigods. So this time that really happened to be given to Lord Ganesh. And they are thinking that Lord Ganesh is the suprema well thing and for first to be worshipped. But what is he doing is he is actually getting his power from the lotus feet of, from a dust of Lord Krishna. Otherwise he can't do anything. Anyway, so the demigod Lord Ganesh was very favorable towards Kataka king as he was a staunch devotee of Lord Ganesh. And therefore with Lord Ganesh's power, king of Kataka Nagara defeated Purushottama Jana, the devotee of Jagannath. Purushottama Jana became upset and returned to Puri. And King Purushottama Jana then straight away went to Lord Jagannath in his Puri Dham and addressed to Lord Jagannath, "O Lord, I am serving you and you are not helping me. I was defeated because this demigod Ganesh helped him. I remembered you, but you would not help me. I will die here. I will not eat or drink anything, and I will die here in front of you, in your temple here right now." Then he was feeling little slowing down, and then he really went back to his palace. In that night, he saw a dream in which Jagannath Deva told him, "Don't worry. Go again and invade that king's territory. Baladeva and myself personally will come there. And somehow you will be also getting aware of our coming. You will be able to defeat that king, demigod Ganesh, and all others very easily. Go." On the next day, the king called his army and his generals and prepared for the attack. He gathered many of his armies and again started on his way, marching to conquer the enemy. By the time he was about to approach a place called Shilka Alalanatha, that place is here. There were two young and very beautiful boys riding on white and red horses considerably ahead of Purushottama Jana's army. These two were going. And on the way, these two boys, young and very strong boys, on the horses, they stopped when there was one old woman selling buttermilk. So they stopped there and then, oh lady, I want buttermilk because we are thirsty. We want to drink buttermilk. Please give them. Then she replied, "Can you pay me? If you pay, I will give you some buttermilk." One of the boys said, "I can pay. We are soldiers and we are on the way to fight. My king is coming back and he will pay you when he reaches here." But she was a little worried. "How will your king know that you have taken this buttermilk? What is the proof?" "Oh, we will give you some proof. You can show the king that proof, that then he will pay." That village lady gave them the whole pot of, full pot of butter. They drank all of them completely, emptied. Now they felt satisfied. And then he was asking, "What is the proof? Now the king, I need to get the money from your king. How will we believe when they say this? He's coming late." Krishna is one of them. He was on the red horse. And the other horse, only the red horse, the other on the white horse, that Balaram. So they gave their rings. They had ring. They gave Balaram, Krishna gave one, his ring. Balaram gave ring too, because there are two people, two persons who have really bought it, right? So they told the vendor lady, "All right, give these rings to the king and tell him the owner of this ring has gone forward and said you would pay for their buttermilk." And the two boys left to move onwards. And after that, the king approached with his army. When he reached there, the old lady began to search for him. She inquired, "Where is the king? Where is the king?" The soldiers pointed, okay, the king is there, going on the elephant. Oh, she then walked up to the king and asked, "Your two soldiers have gone ahead. They have taken my buttermilk and totally finished my whole pot. They told me our king will pay." The king told the old lady, "What are you saying? None of my soldiers have gone before us. No, we are the first ones coming." Then she replied, No. They have gone ahead. There were two young, very beautiful and energetic soldiers who went before you. The king asked us, what is the proof? The old lady produced these two finger rings. Oh, the king saw on that there's some names marked. One of them it had Jagannath Singh. Singh means actually also, you have somebody is also, people are also calling Singh. Singh means actually lion. Jagannath Singh and Baladeva Singh. So Singh means lion. And the king was shocked to see the ring. Why? Because those were two rings that he only made them. With the goldsmith and presented to Krishna and Balaram deities there in Jagannath Puri temple. They are the same rings. Krishna and Baladeva have done this for me, that I would know they are with me now. There is nothing to worry about. We are going to defeat. All right, this time surely I will defeat that king. He became very happy and proceeded with his army. Purushottamajana invaded the kingdom of his enemy, the king of Kataka Nagara, and there he defeated the entire army. He forcefully took the daughter of that king who was supposed to be married to him, along with a very costly golden Singgasana. It's a peacock decorated throne, a Singgasana. And he also grabbed the Vanda deity of Lord Ganesh. Vanda means cheater. He's a cheater because Lord Ganesh is supposed to help those only devotees who really has obstacles in their devotional path. But what do all the Hindus do? They're really worshipping for getting wealth, health, money, everything. That's all. They whatever they want. Any obstacle, they want to do some project or something, they will worship that. So no obstacles. That is not his job. You are using the energy wrongly. First of all, he is supposed to help only the devotees devotees to cut off the obstacles, not for your material gains. So he called him Vanda, cheater Lord Ganesh. So he arrested that king, and then but mercifully left him and said, I am not going to kill you. I will leave you. And then the king grabbed the Vanda Ganesh deity also and brought to his place as a punishment to Lord Ganesh. Who is this Lord Ganesh? People do not understand who he is. He's just a demigod. Lord Ganesh is supposed to help the devotees of Lord Krishna, but because he helped the opposite party, he was called Vanda Ganesha. Vanda Ganesha means you are a cheater. Lord Ganesha is the god of removing obstacles in the path of devotion to Krishna, not to help our own desires. That is anarthas. So what does he get where does he get the power to remove obstacles? The Vigna, he's called Vigneshwara. Vigna means obstacle. Ishwara means he's the one who can conquer, who can actually help to really remove. So Vigna Ishwara is Vigneshwara, who is Lord Ganesh. Where is he getting this power? He does not have any power. How can a demigod get any power? Yet pada pallava yugam vinidaya kumbha dvandve pranama samaye saganadi rajaha viknam vigandum alam asya jagatrayasya govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Brahma Samhita, chapter 5, 50th verse. In order to obtain the power required to remove all the obstacles within the three worlds, Lord Ganesha, the bestower of success, always holds the divine lotus feet of Sri Govinda upon the pair of cranial mounts protruding from his elephant head. He is putting his whole crown on the lotus feet of Krishna. Especially that is in the form of Narsimhadev. That is why we always say that. What is the verse we say every day in the prayer? Sarva Vignas, Vikranasa is who can do that? That is Narsimhadev Vijay. not Vigneshwara. That's wrongly. People are really using so wrongly. Anyway, so here says, Lord Brahma is saying, I worship that original supreme personality of Godhead Sri Govinda, not Ganesh. Anyway, the king Purushottama Jana also conquered Vidyanagara, and with the permission of the deity Sakshi Gopal, we made a big drama actually about the Sakshi Gopal, where, it's really amazing. Anyway, so of course he requested permission, and Sakshi Gopal deity said, yes, I can, you can take me, and then please take me to your place. So previously it was in the place called Vidyanagara. He conquered that, also belonging to that Kadaka king only. Anyway, so he brought Sakshi Gopal deity also to Kadaka. We have seen from this history that Lord Krishna can do anything to please his devotees. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited this temple, and we also could really visit there, how wonderful. In the last parikrama of Jagannath Puri, Jagannath Puri, and then we went to Navadvip parikrama. So along with that, we actually saw so many things. So one of them is Sakshi Gopal near Jagannath Puri temple. And when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited this temple, he sat in front of the Sakshi Gopal and transformed himself exactly as Sakshi Gopal. All the devotees got darshan. Oh, this is Sakshi Gopal, right there. He manifested himself into Sakshi Gopal. The same Gopala deity who testified in the dispute between two Brahmanas was later moved to this temple in Kataka. Is called Katak. In India, now the place is called Katak in Vidyanagara. So anyway, this King Purushottama arranged to really bring Sakshi Gopal also. This is the very same Sakshi Gopal temple. Lord Gopalji, as a deity, personally walked to become a witness all the way from Vrindavan. Okay, that is a drama. I can actually probably play this drama sometime later, but not time. So in brief, what that means is, this old rich Brahmana, he went to pilgrimage to Vrindavan, and there was a young Brahmana who also went to help him. But then because he was helping so much, then the rich old Brahmana gave a oath, promise in front of the Sakshi Gopal that, I will give my daughter in marriage to you. That was the problem which started. And then when he really returned, the brother of the daughter refused, and then he was a Nastika. He was not having any godly characters. So big fighting happened, and then finally it went all the way to the village people for the justice. And they were asking, what is the proof that you really gave the promise? And then here, the old man also was really tricked to really say that, no, I didn't give any promise. But this young Brahmana came all the way to Vrindavan and to the same temple where the old Brahmana gave the promise, the oath that he will give his daughter in marriage. Oh, so you have to be a witness, you come with me as a witness, because there is no other witness other than you. Sakshi Gopal walked all the way from Vrindavan. A deity could walk. A deity walked all the way from here to a long place. That would be so many days. It was walking behind this young Brahmana. Young Brahmana was walking with front, and the deity was walking back. And every day, so he used to really make some naivedyam, and then offer to Krishna. Like that they were doing. And finally, it's a big drama. We did it very in detail. I can probably send you the link later. It's a good drama. So we made the drama. So this is how, you have one, what you see on the left is the old man, and then who really see on the right side with the red dress is that young Brahmana, as they acted. And Krishna deity is actually standing there. And that's how we really made that. Anyway, coming back. The King Purushottama Puri also brought the girl. He was supposed to be married to this King Purushottama. But he said, I will not marry you. I will marry you to a sweeper. Because your father said that. He insulted me. So I will actually make sure that you, even though you are a daughter, I will actually get married only to a sweeper. Later, when he was ready to give her away to a sweeper, all of his ministers who were so kind saw this girl crying and crying. He will give me to a sweeper. He will give me to a sweeper. Then the ministers pacified her. Don't worry, wait for a while. They also told the king, don't worry, but not right away. At the right time, during the next Ratha Yatra festival, you can give this girl to a sweeper. It will be a nice time to give the sweeper. And the next year, the Ratha Yatra festival started. It took place. And again, the King Purushottama Jana was brooming, cleaning the street in front of the Ratha Yatra. Jagannath Rathas, the chariots. At that time, all his ministers inspired the girl to go to him and say, I want to marry this very sweeper. Who is the king? He's sweeping. The king's ministers and his guru, his guru also approached him together, and then, along with all the king ministers. They said, yeah, this is very good. You are a sweeper, and this girl will be the wife of a sweeper. And yes, you also promised to really give her to a sweeper. Yes, we agree with this arrangement. Yes. So the girl began to weep. She was crying. The king was thus bound to accept her as his wife. And his son became King Pratap. His son became King Pratap Parutra Raja. That king was living with Lord Chaitanya at the time of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was a very staunch devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even though Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not want to meet him in the beginning. Because a sannyasi is not supposed to meet rich people. Nowadays, for the sake of money, they are really going all the way. The kings and ministers, these and all the shows they do, and then get some money, some funding and things like that. That's not devotion. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will never. He said, no, I am not going to see a king. He is an enjoyer. He is the adhipati of wealth. A sannyasi has nothing to do with that. So he won't even look. But anyway, if you read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, you will read that. But eventually, and somehow or other, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associates could really convince him to really, so that he could really meet the king, but disguised way. He really came as a devotee. Disguised, and then he started singing Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard, then who are you? Then after he doesn't have to ask, you are the king. Yeah, anyway, so many. And once what happened was when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the ecstasy during the Ratha Yatra, he fainted and then fell down on the floor. And the king was actually standing there, and he happened to really hold Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was upset. No, this is not good at all. I should not really touch anyone who really is this rich, who is an enjoyer. This is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sannyasa is. Look at here, but later, of course, then, people actually just consoled, and then finally he could really meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was the one eventually also arranging for the Gundicha temple, cleaning up everything of that Raja. So many things happened afterwards only, because he transformed into a devotee. King Purushottama was queen. So this Gundicha temple was actually name of the queen of Indrimana. King Indrimana, who was there in the Satyuga. So here, the queen who got married, just now we really talked about, he got very attracted to this deity of the Sakshi Gopal. She wanted to give a most valuable pearl she had as a nose ring to Sakshi Gopal. But wondering, because she got so attracted, but she has not seen the deities that closely to see whether that deity has a hole for wearing the pearl. She didn't notice that. Then he was wondering how, I want to give something to my Lord, but I don't know whether he has the the nose pierced. It's a deity, no? If they have any hole in the nose at all. That night, Sakshi Gopal appeared in her dream. Yeah, he said, yes, I have a hole in my nose. My mother Yashoda had pierced my nose. So those who really are wearing the nose ring, it is okay. But if you are actually wearing something nonsense in any other parts of the body, mouth, tongue, these and everything, eyes, that is not, no. That's not good. And then the queen immediately, as soon as he got up, he really took bath and everything, and finally ran to the deity with the pearl in the early morning, and she saw a hole in the nose and placed the pearl. Wow, Sakshi Gopal was very happy. She was very happy. Now let us get back to the Bahuda Yatra, return journey. That is supposed to be the Harikatha. So this actually starts, the return journey there is a specific day called Hera Panchami. This year it happened on June 30th. Because what is happening? Lord Jagannath left the temple, and on this chariot he really came to Gundicha temple, and happily he is there, happily here. There is no 56 times Naivedyam, nothing. Simple Naivedyam only. But she was immersed. She did not want to go back at all. So the days were going on and days were going on. But now Lakshmi Devi is waiting there in the temple. What happened to Jagannath? He's not returning. She got worried. You know the Gundicha temple, right? Remember I was telling last week that we really do a Gundicha Marjana. Marjana means cleaning the temple. So this Gundicha Marjana is so wonderful. That is how the Ratha Yatra starts. The previous day is Gundicha Marjana. This temple, Gundicha temple, was built by Queen Gundicha or King Pradyumna in the Satya Yuga. But anyway, here in this Gundicha temple there is no opulence. Just one day before the Ratha Yatra starts, the Gundicha temple is cleaned and called Gundicha Marjanam. It represents cleaning our heart from anarthas. Those who are really attending the Bhajana Ragasya will understand what exactly the anarthas means. The unwanted desires in the heart. What is unwanted? Anything not related to the Krishna Bhakti is anartha. Artha means no meaning. Anartha means no meaning. No meaning for what? For the real purpose. Okay, now anyway, so the real Gundicha Marjana means cleaning our heart. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, before the Ratha Yatra starts, Gundicha temple, goes to big cleaning task under Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally performed this. He asked the king to arrange so many brooms, water pots. All the devotees were engaged in the amazing task. Lord Chaitanya said, let us see who cleans the maximum. Collect all the dust you have cleared and cleaned, and I want to see your effort. The event is called Gundicha Marjanam, cleaning the Gundicha temple. So Kundicha temple represents Vrindavan. That Vrindavan should be our heart. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, without Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how can we could really have this Ratha Yatra world famous? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to really arrange 7 groups. And with all the dancers and so many mridangas, 8 mridangas or something, and kartals and everything. And he used to dance in the middle of every group simultaneously. I'm telling, simultaneously. Jaya Jaya Jagannath Sachirananda Tribhuvana Korejar Charana Vanda.
Jai Jai Jagannath Sachirananda Tribhuvana Korejar Charana Vanda. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachirananda Tribhuvana Korejar Charana Vanda. Nidachare Shankha Chakra Gada Padmadar Nadiya Nagari Danda Kamandalukar. Nidachare Shankha Chakra Gada Padmadar Nadiya Nagari Danda Kamandalukar. Keho Bode Purabe Ravana Badira Guru ke Vaibhav Lila Prakash Kurila. Keho Bode Purabe Ravana Badira Guru ke Vaibhav Lila Prakash Kurila. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachirananda Tribhuvana Koreja Charana Vanda. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachirananda Tribhuvana Koreja Charana Vanda. Shri Radha Bhave Be Gauravatar Harekrishna Nam Gaura Korida Prachar. Shri Radha Bhave Be Gauravatar Harekrishna Nam Gaura Korida Prachar. Vasudeva Gosha Bode Kori Judahar. Jai Gaura Say Krishna Say Jagannath. Vasudeva Gosha Bode Kori Judahar. Jai Gaura Say Krishna Say Jagannath. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachirananda Tribhuvana Koreja Charana Vanda. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachirananda Tribhuvana Koreja Charana Vanda. Tribhuvana Koreja Charana Vanda. Tribhuvana Koreja Charana Vanda.
As I mentioned, the pulling of the Radha means pulling the Lord through your heart. That is Vrindavan. Because that's what the devotees, all the devotees, pure bhaktas, live in Vrindavan. Why? How? Because Vrindavan comes to their heart and they live in Vrindavan. Soul lives in the heart. So they live in Vrindavan. This is how you have to, this is the goal. So Ratha Yatra means that. Pulling the Radha means pulling the Lord to your heart, which is Vrindavan. But how can the Lord come if it is dirty? So we should clean our heart. How do we clean our heart? Cheto Darpanam Marjanam. See, Marjanam. There Gundicha Marjanam is Marjanam. Marjanam means cleaning. By Krishna Nama Sankirtanam, not any other Sankirtanam. So he declared, chant and sing his glories by Nama Sankirtan. That cleans our heart. But we cannot do it alone. This is the problem. We keep on saying, yes, it has all the power. But you need a guru who can actually give that power to chant. Otherwise, you will be lost. You are not going to chant. Unless one has a guru, your chanting is not going to really happening at all. So, Cheto Darpana Marjanam by Nama Sankirtanam, Krishna Nama Sankirtanam. Not like Krishna Nama Sankirtana. So after Gundicha Marjanam, cleaning the temple, the chariots, of course, proceeded as we described in the last class to the Gundicha temple. And there he was staying for quite a number of days. But Jagannath, Baladeva, Subhadra all reached, when they were all there in Gundicha temple, they completely forgot about Lakshmi and they forgot completely about Dwaraka. I mean, Jagannath, Puri Jagannath temple. They completely forgot. You see, when you have good time just like that, you don't feel that the time is passing. And if you are in pain, even a second is a big burden. This is the thing. So now from there, who is that? Rukmini, Satyabhama, actually all the queens represents there is a Vimala Devi. So there, actually Lakshmi Devi, but actually she is called Vimala Devi. Vimala Devi means not only Rukmini, Satyabhama and all the queens of Dwaraka, all together. That is Vimala Devi. So days went by. And there was no sign of return of Lord Jagannath to his main temple. Lakshmi got so worried. Seeing that her husband has not returned for several days, she is now really worried. She sends her spies. Everybody has spy. Not only kings. Everywhere. And they came back and reported to Lakshmi Devi, Vimala Devi, that he is Lord Jagannath is the happily living in Vrindavan. He forgot about you all. Lakshmi Devi now gets furious. So many days have gone. Of course, not that many days, but I am just showing you. She was really waiting. What did she do? She grabbed a broomstick, because all the Jagannath Puri temple, not only all brooming is very important. So she grabbed a brooming stick and a bucket of water and taken on a palanquin. So they arranged all, the broomstick is not only by the king to sweep, but also now Lakshmi Devi is also going to use now. Why is taking the broomstick? To beat Jagannath with the broomstick. Not to clean nothing, no, to beat Jagannath. Why she take a bucket of water though? Why there is a bucket of water? Any comment? Anyone wants to say why she also took a bucket of water? Because Jagannath said that he got sick because of water, bathing. So she is going to take water and then pour on him again. This is why. So with a bucket of water and a broomstick to beat Lord Jagannath, Lakshmi Devi reaches Gundicha with her devotees on a palanquin. And he comes to the Gundicha temple. She throws the water on the temple and beats with the broom on the gate right there. So the devotees of Lakshmi, they started beating the Gundicha residents there. All the devotees who are there, they will beat. If you go to Gundicha temple, you will get beating, by the way. The pujaris will be having 2 sticks there like that. So he just, give you beating. It's a blessing. So, anyway, they are in I don't know what mood they are in, but this is how the whole reason is behind. So a big fighting goes there between these two parties, Jagannath party and Lakshmi Devi party. They really do fighting. Of course, what do they do to beat with each other? Is all the flower garlands. Flower, it's all made of flowers only. So they beat. And stick is only inside the temple for the pujari uses when you go normally. Anyway, so the devotees at the Gundicha side represents Brajavasis. And the devotees who really represents, who are supporting Lakshmi Devi, they represent Dwaraka people. Dwaraka people. By seeing the fighting, Jagannath, he sees all the fighting going on. Jagannath said, all right, my vacation is over. My vacation is over. All right, now I'm returning back from vacation. But he felt so sad to go back. Remember, when people here in US, of course, you have only 10 days vacation. After the vacation, you don't want to really go back at all because you really hate working. Who wants working? Only for living you work. Huh? Because Krishna devotees, everybody playing only. They are nothing like this. Huh? Actually, Lord Baladeva and Subhadra starts their journey on actually Lord Baladeva and Subhadra starts the return journey on the Hera Panchami itself. Remember, that was the day that I told, then the Lakshmi Devi comes and then, throws the water and then beats on the, with the broomstick on the temple and etc. That time, immediately, Lord Baladeva and Subhadra started standing. But then later only Jagannath slowly, but he does not want to leave, that is why. He reluctantly returns back to Jagannath Puri temple. The return journey is called Bahuda Yatra. Actually, for me, Bahuda Yatra is more important than the other Yatra. Why? Because Bahuda Yatra is mode of separation. Mode of separation. Now, Lord Jagannath does not want to leave. And the Brajavasi does not want Jagannath to Lord Krishna to leave, because when Lord Jagannath is there in the Gundicha temple, he is not Jagannath. He is Sri Nandanandan Krishna. But now what happens is, actually when Lord Jagannath tries to enter back into the temple, Lakshmi Devi was still angry on Lord Jagannath. She already went back along with Baladeva and Subhadra. He refused Lord Jagannath to enter into the temple. Then Baladev, Subhadra and also all the devotees, they really pacify Lakshmi Devi to accept Jagannath to enter back, and he enters back again. Vacation is over. That is Bahuda Yatra. With this, we will end the Harikatha. Vanja kalpa tarupyacha, kripa sindhubhyevacha, paditanam pavanepyo, vaishnavepyo, namo namaha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.